When I saw there was a focus group for gay guys to discuss what they would want or their experiences of palliative and supportive care in Manchester, I jumped at the chance because, in a quite not selfish way, but I'm thinking I'm 66, I've got stage 4 prostate cancer, and at some point I'm probably going to have to call upon services like that. So if I can influence that in a good way, yeah, okay. So I went along to the first meeting and met Mel and 4 of the other guys who were there, and we had a really good discussion for about 2 hours. And I actually shared with the folk that I'm on the autistic spectrum, so when somebody says to me, "Oh, how are you?" I want to tell them. I'll really tell them, and sometimes that's quite scary. So one of the qualities I bring, or some of the qualities I brought to the meeting, was gay guy, prostate cancer, in my 60s, and I tell it the way that it is. So we had a discussion, and Mel wrote up the notes, and from that I was trying to get the insight of what is it we're trying to communicate and who are we trying to communicate this to, whatever it is. Let's think of something we can't think of. Well, eventually I was saying to Mel that I've had postcards made of cartoons to help me communicate to other people what's going on for me with my prostate cancer, because a lot of people say, well, how can you have prostate cancer when you don't have a prostate? So from our discussions, I met up with Mel and the other guys from the first discussion, and me and Mel met in the Yorkshire Bank facility in Market Street in Manchester. And I said to Mel, when a cartoonist draws a cartoon, it looks dead easy, but actually to sum up in a very simple way something which is complex, that's a real good skill. So me and Mel locked onto that, and I said, let's have a discussion about who we're aiming this at and what do we need to achieve. And we had numerous phone calls, we chatted, I put Mel and myself in touch with the cartoonist Roger Penwill, who I've used to do my cartoons. And we described the scenario where what we were thinking of, and that was, we've got a person who's visiting a gay guy. My generation is I've been brought up on secretive stuff. You know, I was born in 1954. It was illegal to have any gay experiences up to the 1967, and in fact that act only got repealed just a few years ago, technically off the books. So we described that to Roger Penwill, our cartoonist guy, and Roger came up with the first draft of what we were thinking about. Then we discussed that, me and Mel discussed that with the other guys as well, and we fine-tuned it to summarise what we were trying to distill and get the message across. And I'll put one in my pocket here. I was thinking that we could only communicate this, whatever it was, we got about 5 to 10 seconds. So to issue like a 3-page document, forget it. So I remember these Z cards, which are produced by a publishing company. So when we had the final picture, on the back there would be a time frame of the LGBT history from the last 50 years, 50, 60 years. So we came up with that, and we came up with the timeline, and we were putting it on a Z card. That took us from start to finish about 5 months of real hard work. But I remember what a comedian said: it's taken me 30 years to become an overnight success. And I'm hoping all the work we put in to make this thing really tangible, easy to remember, well worth it.